Hello everybody, they call me Muse and I welcome you back to Hitman Freelancer and to the deep dive into organ trafficking, where things have been going pretty well, all told. Today we are going for the anesthetist, that guy. Wish I'd picked a different villain so that I could actually pronounce the word correctly. But we're not worrying about them today. We've got 3 other missions to get through first and we'll consider them next time. We've got New York, Paris and Santa Fortuna as alerted maps. Our villain is hiding in Haven, Dubai, or possibly Hawke's Bay or Hantu, depending on what shows up. We did a Haven showdown recently, so our villain is probably in Dubai, but we need to gather more clues to make absolutely certain of that. Before we consider where we're going, we'll take a quick look. Open safe explosive is in fact an option. So we should probably do an alerted map that's got a safe. That would be Paris, or New York, or Santa. Santa's got high target bodies times 4. Is our perfect run going to come to an end today? It's been going so well. Let's bite the bullet. Let's start with the map that might well end our perfect run, just because of the sheer number of bods that need to be tucked into boxes. We also need to pacify guards unnoticed, and sedative a target. None of which is out of the ordinary. These are things that we do on a regular basis, so they shouldn't provide any additional challenge whatsoever. Oh, we should probably get an explosive, you know, for the safe. Do we want to spend 3 inventory points on bringing the breaching charge, or do we want to bring something smaller? Would a micro explosive do the job? It'll make a noise, but it should do the job, one would hope. We're bringing it on the assumption that it will. And that leaves us enough space for a little subby, which I like to bring, just in case things go south. But they're not going to go south. Everything is going to be just fine. Okay, we're looking at the bridge. Does that mean Embrace of the Serpent? The easiest way to check that would be to come over here and see whether it's mansion guards out here. Oh yeah, lots of men carrying rifles, and there are mansion guards, therefore we are looking at Embrace. And one of our targets is up here. Which is interesting because there's additional guards up and around, making life difficult. How do we take down our target and hide it? I mean, we hide him by throwing him over the edge, but how do we do that without getting into all sorts of bother? Because we've got guards everywhere. Okay, that guy's moving away. That's good. That wasn't anything to do with us. So let's just go this way, like somebody would if that was nothing to do with them. That should limit the number of guards up there, making our life easier later. But before that, we've got Byrne to deal with, and Oswald in public areas. And in the upper floor of the mansion, we've got Lorelli, possibly a maid or someone. Oh no, they're on the ground floor. It's just it looks like the upper floor because of where we're currently located. And then that guy back there is a John Doe. So where do we use our seeker shots? We only have 2. One does not need to be John Doe. I'm confident we can deal with John Doe without trouble. It's the folks over here I'm more concerned about. That guy I'm not hugely concerned about, I don't think. But some of the others, perhaps, yes. Because that guy roams back and forth. There is, I think, a bin there, which should make dealing with him a bit easier. Let's turn off this music for this guy. Wait for our target to turn away. Good. That guy's a bit suspicious as to why his music's gone off. I'm sure it'll be back on in a moment. And we're just going to put on this dead guy's clothing. We are now Just your regular, everyday drummer type. So our target now... Our target isn't going to recognise us anymore, but it turns out this woman does. So life hasn't necessarily been made easier. Maybe a bit of this will help. Because now we've got her attention. Here she comes. A quick corner choke. And we'll drop her in a bin. And now we've got access to our man. Do we want to do anything special, or do we just want to kill him as quickly as possible and throw him in the bin? Because other folks might roam the area.
Something strange is happening. I'll check it out.
So, let's see. Yeah, I think the best bet is just kill this guy swift.
Not right now, please.
Of course he lands in such a place where we can't just crunch him. There we go. Get crunched. Good. That's gone well. We've got some pistol ammo. Progress is being made. Now this target down here is a pain in the butt because of their location. I mean, yeah, it's quite close to a box, but that's not really going to help when this box is in full view of anyone who happens to be in the area. Who's watching you here? Anyone? Other than that guard? Could we get away with a shove? You've all got your backs turned. Okay, we kind of got away with that. Bodies are hidden still. I'm surprised. I thought being spotted kicking him in the water would destroy high target bods, but it did not. So that's promising. And now we're just a man again. So what's the next plan? Probably the mansion at this point, which means mansion guard or our little guy who tames hippos. We'll kind of try and avoid the scene of the crime if we can. That guy is running straight across our path though, so that's a bit of a pain. But yeah, we got away with that. Well done, everybody. By which I mean me. Well done, mate. Now it's time for a bit of the same old, same old. I wonder if that guy wasn't considered dead until he was already in the water. And therefore, that's why we got away with it. Because there's definitely been times in the past where I've shoved people over things and I've lost high target bodies. But we're alright this time, it seems. No, no one's coming down here.
What? Whoa.
You haven't seen anything, my friend. So these two guards are entirely okay with our presence, because we're just hippo men. Yeah. Yeah, whatever you were saying. And there we go. Guards have been pacified. And then their neck has mysteriously snapped. And bullets have appeared in their heads. But that's fine, that was just freak accidents. Also a freak accident. We'll leave that gun over here because it's loud and I don't want to accidentally pick it up at some point instead of my silence one and let off a bunch of noisy shots that I shouldn't be. So we'll do the safe first, perhaps. We might actually not have the outfit for the safe, because if it's in the garage, old Hippo Tamer might not be allowed in here. And there is an enforcer right there. But the enforcer moves away. There's also his coke-loving friend. But we do get spotted by those guys if we're in there for too long. Let's pop that on there. And maybe we'll wait for our friend to come back out. Our enforcer. I want to see if the explosive is wide enough range to deal with him. Is he even going to notice the micro explosive? No, it doesn't look like it. He's chilling. He's just stood. That's fine. Now he's going to come back to here. And it knocked him on his butt. And of course everyone heard the explosion. But that's fine. The main thing is we've exploded the safe.
Hey, calm down. What is wrong?
Now we need to worry about our next target. So she's probably going to go into that
She
bathroom.
went crazy like I've never seen before. The only reason she calmed down was because she ran out of things to
I assume that no one else sees into this bathroom on their patrols. The sink should lure her in eventually. I'll probably lure in this guy first and then her second. But that's fine. We've got room for two in the cupboard. Where's our wrench? Did I honestly fail to pick up my wrench from outside? Well, that's fine. We'll gather our wrench later on. Are you going to hear the sink? Yeah, it looks like she is. So yeah, you go deal with that.
How is... Oh, shit. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Come on. I don't need this shit.
So those two guys over there, they're the only ones who might see anything untoward. But they probably won't. Ooh, nice flip. Okay, she's now trapped in the door. This is amazing. Is this what costs us high target bodies? Surely not. No, it doesn't. Good. Ah, submachine gun. Is there no problem you can't solve? So we'll go back the way we came, I think. Let's see. We'll just wait for our man to disappear again. This door is now blown open for good. I'll have to remember micro explosives the next time I've got a challenge to concuss guards with explosives and I've run out of rubber ducks. Because if they can just be plonked a short distance away and detonated, that's kind of useful. I wonder if a prox would also work, just because of how small its blast radius is. Now, I bet as soon as this guy moves, old Coke friend is going to come in and do a line. Yeah. This guy is going to move, right? He's not permanently stuck here now. That's a possibility. It's a strange game at times. He does look kind of stuck. And those two guards over there probably aren't going to appreciate me shooting him in the head. But we can't live our lives based on what they want. So that's that job done. Down this little flight of stairs that we never ever use. And we'll go back to where our wrench might be hanging out. Yeah, she blows. We could easily just get her back from the crate, but this way we can get back our micro explosive that we used So it's definitely a superior option. Now we need to think about how we're going to deal with our man back this way. We know there's 2 guards stood next to the truck. There's also possibly 2 guards just stood in the entrance to the Embrace of the Serpent area that would notice if anything funny were to occur. So we might be looking at killing them first, and also the guard who stands next to our target, before we can actually deal with our target. But this is sometimes the nature of hide target bodies. In order to hide the bodies, the best bet sometimes is just to make sure there's nobody around to notice them. What about civilians? There's definitely been some roaming around and about, but I don't know if they keep coming back up here, because the last thing we want is a stray civilian ruining our plans. Where is our man? He's now down there somewhere. Okay. This guy is still potentially a problem. But maybe our man's still dropping off bodies and or weapons? Certainly coming back this way now, I believe. It's definitely roaming about. Or is he now just on a patrol? Maybe he goes on a patrol after the initial conversation. Because this just looks like normal patrolling behaviour. I had a plan to deal with him, and now he's ruining it by roaming about. Well, if he wants to roam down here far enough, then maybe he becomes part of plan A. Yeah, this plan worked well on target the 1st, so it looks like it might also work well on target the 4th. Fantastic. And that is another perfect run in the bag. And probably not enough cash to warrant visiting the supplier, so I think we'll just go and catch the bus. And we will see Santa Fortuna again later. There's a few things more satisfying than a 4-body hide target bodies level. Now Paris or New York probably awaits. Or maybe we go to Hawke's Bay next. What does Prestige have to say about this? Sniper kill epic. And what does Hawke's Bay say about sniper kills? It says probably not, because again, hide target bodies, and hide target bodies on Hawke's Bay, nightmare. Hide target bodies on Hantu, maybe not so bad. It's been a while since we went to Hantu. Maybe we'll get lucky. If it's Hawke's Bay, then it's probably a case of murk nearly the entire map, and then we're free to drag the bodies where we choose. And if we're murking the entire map, then a sniper rifle might do the job. Silent Assassin definitely won't do the job, I'll tell you that much for free. Advanced seems to be the sniper of choice. There's no reason to bring a Viper when the Advanced has 2 fewer inventory spots taken up. Unless you really hate Ave Maria, in which case, yeah. But we don't, so that's fine. And then we've got all the space in the world to bring other stuff. We need the Karma, but that's it. Were there couriers? Just out of interest. No. So we don't need any extra Karmas or anything like that. We've got 2 spots free. So we could still bring a submachine gun, perhaps. It would be an epic one rather than a rare. But we got the space for it. And most of the guards might not be carrying pistols on Hawke's Bay, if I remember rightly, so having a submachine gun that we can reload could be useful. And it is indeed Hawke's Bay. Bodyguard, Shane and Nat are our targets. They're all guards, of course. And hiding any of them might be a mission because they are all outdoors. The supplier is a long, lonely way away. And we need an outfit of some sort, probably. 2 of our guards might have gone into the house. Yeah, so they might be a bit easier to hide. But the fact there's still one out here Makes life difficult.
Was that it?
So let's get the ball rolling. We might just get away with that, because the other one might have fallen into the grass. Yeah, good. So we're actually using stealth for once. What if we seeker the target who's outdoors? Will they move indoors? Maybe. Supplier has an SMG. It's a big one. But we can wear it on our back because we're going to be in guard outfits for the rest of the level. Same for the katana though. So let's just wear that on our back and go about our business. We can kill a bunch of outdoor guards without using sniper rifle bullets. That'd be fun. There's no guards by our boat, but there's a bunch over here. There's this guy.
We have a possible disturbance. Or it's Mac. Moving into investigate.
So now this lad's moving in to investigate. Well, it could be Max. Or it could be your death.
Come on out.
There we go. This guy and his friend could have potentially seen that, but thankfully not. Maybe we get a 2 for 1 here. Good. I suppose we don't need to hide everybody. We just need to not be near them when they're found, really. Looks like our 2 guards who had gone into the house are still patrolling the area roughly, but that's about it. So a bunch more pistol sniping can clear out some of the chaff. Oops. Thank you for stopping moving. You made my life a touch easier. But yeah, the guards have got amazing sight range on this map. So our man has in fact spotted that corpse. We don't really want to get the attention of our man. Pretty sure that guard has got this wrong. The situation is not under control, even a little bit. What is wrong with these shots? There we go. Sure, more of those shots should have connected than they did.
We may have some trouble here.
You've got a submachine gun, so we'll just grab that for a moment. Scuttle away before this friend comes in. Because yeah, we can replenish submachine gun ammo.
Damn it.
So using that is probably a good idea. So our man is moving a gun indoors. That could potentially be a good time to follow him and finish him off, but there's still too much going on indoors for that to be a realistic option right now. But we could probably deal with his friend and thus get him alone. How many shots does it take with a subby from this range? There we go. Yeah, don't use submachine guns from long range, kids. We might have cleared out the beach, meaning we can start working our way inwards. There might be civilians though, so we don't want to just blast everyone willy-nilly. Well, it doesn't look as though there's anyone on this side of the house, which means we could potentially deal with these guys. Cool. Oh, hello. Don't mind me, gentlemen. Didn't realise you were over here. Bit more ammo. Just realised I didn't actually check that neither of those was my target. But thankfully, they weren't. And there's one of our targets, and he's strolling out by a bin. If he comes back this way, that could be good. Oh, there's another one, who's also by a bin.
Looking into it. Over.
Most curious.
People on the ground. I'm moving in.
Come on, do you read?
Whoa!
Cool. Did we get away with that?
Ah! Need cabin secure. Get.
I think we got away with that. One of our men is looking for trouble. The other isn't.
I need backup. Search the area.
That guy needed backup, didn't get it.
Solid.
We'll just keep shuffling. Yeah, we'll move around. I don't usually do kill everyone's, but it might be necessary in this case just because of the high target bodies stipulation. Although we also need to pacify 3 guards unnoticed, which we've not made any progress towards yet. What are you doing, friend? You're just standing. Okay, you have been pacified unnoticed. Great. Where? What are our targets? Upstairs. Let's see. We can get into the house without too much bother. We've got housekeepers coming in here. We can't do much about them because there's no cupboards or anything. That guy's a different type of bodyguard. Shit. Someone might have seen that. Pissed. Okay, we got spotted. But it's fine. We're in a cupboard.
Not hiding there anymore. Watch
One
out.
of our targets is in here, which is why I'm not just going balls out and killing everyone. If everyone else calms down though, and we can shoot our target now and chuck him in this cupboard, that would be great. But
Okay.
could be risky. We're doing it.
Copy command. Still looking. No sign of the.
Yeah, no sign of the perp. No perps here. We have successfully killed and hidden one of our targets. And we got ourselves some more pistol ammo.
Moving on.
That went well.
Our position is clear, sir.
That went well. I'm happy with that.
Where you are.
That guy's a target.
Giving you a chance to back down nice and easy.
We might want to seek one of our targets just to get them somewhere quiet where we can then deal with them.
I lost visual. I can't see him. Anyone got him?
Where is this camera that is alleged to be looking at us? It's probably upstairs somewhere. Okay, there goes... Oh wait, she's compromised us. Bollocks.
Over there! Over there!
There's nothing over there. Okay, they might be onto us.
Damn it! I don't have visual. Where is he?
Talk to me, people!
I got it. Are we caught?
No.
On the principle. Protect, evac, and extract.
We keep running. Maybe we get away with this.
Get the
I think we're clear to move again.
Yeah, we're clear.
Look alive, gentlemen.
We're clear to move. Everyone piss off. Their AI is being thrown out by the fact that they're escorting targets to safety, which means they move as a group and it's a pain in the bottom. So there's our target. But again, what do we do? Bodyguard outfit might be less compromised at this stage.
Man, I got nothing. Standing by.
Yeah, you just run about like a twat.
Scan the area. I will not have any surprises.
Copy that.
This is dodgy now.
Okay, we're in the safe zone. No one gets inside the perimeter. Are we clear?
I understand.
Right, so she and someone else know what we're up to. We could kill her just to reduce our chances of getting spotted.
We're clear. You're safe.
Command, anybody there?
That didn't do anything.
Someone set off an explosion.
So there's only 2 people down there that seem to know who we are.
Command,
Is it worth killing her just to reduce our odds of getting ruined? Maybe. Although we're doing a pretty good job of wiping this crew out. The fact that we're only mildly compromised is good. The woman who's compromising us is smoking now next to a thing. So yeah, it's 50 Mercers gone. But that has reduced the number of people who are compromising us. I just call them Mercers. I've just gotten used to calling them Mercies, and now here we are. But yeah, taking out the politicians is probably good, because then the guards should just go about their normal business. They won't have any escort the VIP to safety type AI on the go. 2 down there who know us, including the other politician.
Come
Okay.
on, we are at destination. Command, we are at destination.
Safe room compromised.
Principal has been hit. Medic to point. 4 out.
Oop, reload. There we go. Now we're not compromised. Taking out civilians sacrifices some of my ideals, but on Hawke's Bay, I'm okay with this. So what can we do in the house? I mean, this is open, so we can get rid of the cameras. That's good. That guard is just kipping. Shutting the blinds is generally a good idea, I think. Now, should we persuade that guy to come in here?
Strange.
Strange. He's coming in that way, is he? That's fine. That's 2 guards pacified. Can we put you in here? We can. Although we really don't want to be putting guards anywhere because we want to save as many spots as we can for our friends who actually need to be put in spots. Sorry, pal. You keep walking. You gonna lean? I feel like you might lean. No? You don't want to lean. Okay. Okay. Knocks out. Good. See ya. So that's a job done. What you got for us, Crate? Dosh. Fantastic. Now, definitely running out of living guards. This would be a good place to put people. What with the cupboard? And then there's this bin as well. Now, one of our men is going over there. And the other is coming over here. I think to be on the safe side, giving him the old Seeker would be wise. Although it looks like he's on the march. and therefore doesn't want to stop and bomb. So he's coming up this way. Where's he going to go next? Is there anyone up here? There's someone up on the roof. Okay. How are you guys not involved in any of this?
He's over there!
Idiots. So our friend here is just bagging again. Are you going to start feeling ill at any point?
Huh? What irresponsible person
No.
left a weapon lying around?
Where's he taking that weapon? To the safe room, I'm thinking. Which means he's coming in here. Or is he? Yeah, he's coming this way, but he's coming this way. He's coming to where I want to be, anyway, because there's a box just in here, isn't there? Or is he going downstairs? Where are you going, my man? Alright, so there's Friendo doing something. Are you coming this way? You are. That works for me. Where have you gone? It's very dark in here. Meanwhile, my other target is just there. So that could have gone poorly. Oh, dang it. I was hoping I'd get his attention. Briefcase? Where you at, briefcase? There you are. And here comes our friend. Yeah, pay no attention to that door closing. Oh yeah, we got him. This could make for a fun screenshot. People will be like, why is he standing on one foot? Holding a briefcase. And he's hidden. Jolly good. Better than jolly good, in fact. Bleeding great. That's what that was. I don't think we've picked up any car keys anywhere, have we? So we're probably going to have to make a stroll down to the beach. There's another box in here, which might have some mercies. Is it worth the hassle? Turns out no. And there we go. Another day. Another Hawke's Bay massacre. And another perfect. Now I think a bit of parry awaits us. Sedatives, SMGs. Pass fire notice, we can do all that. What might we want here? Shotgun kill epic? We don't often do shotgun. Timed is worth a little bit more cash. It's only worth 1,000 more, and adding a time trial massively increases the chances of mistakes being made. So we'll go with shotties. We are going to need an SMG though because of the other challenge. So it's going to be a gun heavy mission. Not so much of the old dart guns this time either, more just kill guns. And we don't have to worry about hiding anyone. Actually, that said, we do need a dart gun. We need the Karma. So that's everything we definitely require, I think. We've got 2 spots left. Do we want a duck, maybe? We like ducks. There is a safe on the map, so maybe we take a remote explosive and a duck. I feel like this is going to be a loud mission, but it ought to be another perfect. It should either be death or a perfect. Let's find out which. It's night time. We are up in the barge. It is in fact Holiday Hoarders. Very well. Can we open that present? No. So where do we want to throw our briefcase? It's the age-old question when you start up on the barge with a briefcase. I've thrown it to a safe spot, which is just grand. And there's going to be cameras down here because of the nature of the alerted map. There will also be guards. So maybe we put down a gun on the floor.
What the?
And then we slip out of sight.
Find out what that was.
And someone's going to find out what that was. Yes, come along, friend. It's a gun! Is it Christmas already? I mean, yeah, we've seen the map type. It's a little gift for you, my friend.
What the hell?
It's the gift of a good... I was going to say a good night's sleep, but really it's only going to be a few seconds, isn't it? We'll take your clothes first before we get blood all over you. And that's 1/3 of 2 challenges dealt with. Our targets are Evelyn Tremblay, Jeremy Huxley, and Tristan Dupuis. And none of them are very high up. Good to know. So maybe we sneak down to the basement first. Don't really need to worry about being spotted by a camera device, which is good because they're everywhere it seems. And where's our ground floor target? No guard. Okay. We'll start by deleting the evidence, and then maybe we'll come across that room from the other side. Oh, that supplier's over here too.
I have hardware, if you're interested.
Oh, there's another camera which apparently wasn't related to that box. But down that goes. You can come out to see what that was all about, and we can get another 1/3 of our challenges done. And then if we move this guy, we could just do the same again, couldn't we? Yeah, no one over there seems to be inclined to come out anytime soon, so we'll just...
money? I've
Yeah.
got merchandise.
Yes, supplier, thank you, but we don't have enough money, I don't think. Maybe if we get the safe, we'll have enough money to buy a good. But I doubt it, because we're running out of things to purchase. So you get in that box. Who's next to come out and say hello to death? No? Okay. Maybe if I lure you out this side. Here we go. Your friend's too busy sitting at that desk to do anything, which is great.
Come on.
Bonk. Challenge 1 finished. Challenge 2 finished. Shotgun. And Karma. Challenge 3 finished. And challenge 4 done. Just like that, it's a perfect run. Now we just got to eliminate our other targets without too much difficulty. So maybe we find ourselves a civilian outfit just because it might be worthwhile
Ready when you are.
to... Oh, the ancestral pistol, we can buy something, good.
You need more?
Yeah, it might be worth being a civilian just because our targets are just around and about. Although Jeremy is in a spot that guards tend to prefer to go to rather than anyone else. But then again, palace staff are also allowed in that spot, aren't they? I'm pretty sure. Where's your pants, friend? Why do you not have any pants around for me to snatch? We're obviously on the wrong version of the map for pants snatching from that man. And
You need
in
some stuff?
the big room, we're looking at, what, a stylist? just a stylist? Oh no, it's a tech guy. Okay, so without Palace staff outfit, we'll have, I mean, it's not like we can't get one. It's just that we haven't got one there. No, is that camera still on and actually functioning? So maybe these cameras down here are off. They just don't appear to be off because the mod doesn't recognise them. Yeah, it definitely wasn't picking us up. Hello everyone. Ignore that crime stink all over me. I assure you that everything is fine. There is a possibility that Jeremy over here is staff, and if he is, then we can snatch his pants and get close to Evelyn. Oh no, he's a secure man. He's also just stood here with no one watching him. There we go.
I don't see him.
I don't see him.
Something's
Nope.
up. What is it?
Nothing's up.
He's not here.
That might have gone better if I was a better shot under pressure. But thankfully for me, those guards are absolute morons, so it didn't go as badly as it could have done. Now, where's Evelyn? She is... Oh, wait a minute. Is this... Oh yeah, it might be the Christmas map, but it's also the casino map, Le Chiffre.
Number or color. Screw it. 100,000 on red.
So the so-called Evelyn is in fact Le Chiffre's good friend. I forget her name now, is it Bao? Either way, she definitely has drinks at the bar normally. We haven't picked many rat poison though, have we? So we'd need to find some rat poison if we want to dispatch her in a quiet sort of fashion. But maybe we can do that. You folks don't have rat poison, do you? No, I might have to go back to the basement. It looks as though there should be a sink here that's not spawned in. That's a bit funny. But
I really can't.
there is also a dude. And his pants are now ours. So, yeah. We could probably just, like, sniper or something like that. Without any great difficulties. But let's keep it safe. Let's keep it safe, keep it simple. Get the job done. This method takes a little longer, but it has practically zero risk to it. Assuming I can find a rat poison. We'll just zigzag back and forth through all the rooms until I locate the one that I think it might be in. No, that's propane. Does she smoke? She might smoke. That would be an equally risk-free way of dealing with her. I assume that she doesn't just go upstairs after a certain length of time to take part in the poker game. Could be wrong. But I'm thinking that she does not. So here she comes again. And now, is it this guy she stands next to? I think so. But does he smoke? We don't want to blow this guy up accidentally before she comes back. He doesn't seem inclined to smoke. So we'll just chuck that down there and see what happens. She is smoking. The propane is right there. I thought she would have exploded by now. But I guess she's not going to. But at least we know where she is. So assuming that triggering this conversation doesn't send her upstairs or anything like that, we've still got a chance.
Some other time then.
Get burned, Timmy.
She is so into
Although not as literally as you will be. Oh shit! I really did not mean to throw that at his head.
Shit!
And now we're in trouble.
Guarded.
Risk free, that's what this is.
Down! Make him pay for it! There you are. They're in trouble.
Yep. A risk free way of dealing with the
Side
target.
of the target! Anyone have visual on the target? Target!
Risk free. Yep, that flash hit me. But I'm very clearly not the person you were aiming for, because I'm just a bodyguard. So, let's go look for some rat poison, shall we? Although now we've compromised that outfit, so we'd also need palace staff. If we want to be able to quietly slip something into a drink. But there's a lethal poison. That's even better. So if we get upstairs, we get palace staff, and then we make our way back down. I mean, she might blow herself up with the propane still. That's a possibility. She's probably a bit far from those gas lamps to blow herself up. Otherwise I would have just used them. I mean, we could just snipe her, couldn't we? She's gone back in. She did have the smoke. So maybe this time we do that. Yeah. How many people have compromised us if we are palace staff? Not many. We could get back indoors and poison a drink. But I also think that it's quite likely propane is going to save the day. I think it's so likely, in fact, I'm just going to casually stroll towards an exit. Back past these guards that I alarmed earlier. And there she goes. Non-target killed. We lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we killed quite a few non-targets there. We lost at least 7 lots of 50 mercies. But still, perfect run. Now it could be argued that some of those runs were a little less than perfect, given the bloodshed and the chaos and the nearly getting shot to death on an alerted map. But I would say to that, la la la, I can't hear you over all these objectives I'm completing. Can we keep the streak alive though? We've only got 3 maps left, and then we'll have to pass judgment on how well organ trafficking has gone. And we're hopefully going to get all of that done next time. Until then, thanks for watching, friends.